time. Talking of time, can I take you back to sort of 1973? I was only 3 years old then, can you believe? 3 years old when Showaddywaddy were around. Look, Leicester...
Mentally.
Leicester...
We weren't much older.
Look, these are the guys, two of the guys. We're talking about Rod Deas and drummer Romeo Challenger, both original members of the band, Leicester band, should I say, Showaddywaddy. Thank you both for joining us here in the studio at BBC Radio Leicester. You're celebrating 40 years.
Who'd have thought that?
Wow. Wow. Does it feel like 40 years?
It leaves me speechless.
Not to me. It's just like yesterday, really. I mean, from the outside looking in, you would think, oh yeah, as you just said, 40 years, but it's just gone that so quickly. It's unbelievable. I mean, then again, we haven't been hanging around. We've been touring all the time, so the time passes very quickly. Like that. When you're on tour, everything happens quickly. Blah blah blah. You finish. You have a few weeks off, then you do it again. You're in the studios, you're doing that. So it's continuous.
Yeah.
You don't really count the years, and you don't think too far ahead, do you?
No, that's right.
Do you remember when you guys got together? Because you're both from. It was two separate groups originally.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It was, and we used to play in a pub called the Fossway.
Yeah, down Moulton Road.
Wow.
I
remember it.
Yeah.
Do you?
I remember the pub.
Yeah. Well, it's a restaurant now,
It's a
isn't
restaurant now.
Yeah.
Yeah, vegetarian.
Yeah.
So you started off there?
We did, yeah. What was the landlord's name? Mervyn.
Yeah.
Well, there was a room quite a large room on the back, and it had a separate entrance, and he was quite happy for bands to play there, charge on the door, and he was happy with the extra beer sales, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, we were two bands originally, but when we both used to play there.
Yeah, not just. I think one night everybody, amalgamated together to just do a show, just for, just a little bit of a lark, really, and that's basically how Showaddywaddy was formed. Because then the two bands got together, 8 members, and all doing this rock and roll review thing, and it seemed to have got. I think it went down better than our acts, both the singular acts. So.
Well, so that you had double of everything, didn't you?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
2 singers, 2 bassists, 2, drummers, the lot.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
What was that? I mean, were you all fighting? How did you kind of decide who was going to do what in the band during a record?
Well, what happened is we all ended up playing double up everything else. I mean, we had 2 drummers, and they basically played the same thing. But I mean, eventually, I ended up playing most of the drumming, and Malcolm, who's the other drummer, sort of was roaming around the stage doing his own thing and all the rest of it, But, I mean, there was no argument about actually who played what. I mean, it soon became apparent what style suited what song.
Yeah, Jeff was the other bass player with me, and it was never a problem sorting out who was going to play which songs. It just seemed to fall into place.
Yes, absolutely.
You guys appeared on New Faces as well, if I'm not mistaken.
We did.
Yes, Tell me about that.
A talent show.
Show, which is the X Factor of today, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of people don't remember it, but, our listeners certainly will remember New Faces.
We didn't actually know it was a talent show at the time. We just thought we were going on the telly, didn't we?
Yeah.
And as it happens, it worked really well for us.
I mean, the thing is that when we actually found out it was a talent show, I must admit, we kind of kicked up a fuss about it, because really we didn't... I mean, by that time, 73, we'd been playing quite a long time ourselves, and we saw ourselves like the seasoned professionals, and really didn't want to go into the arena of, doing talent competitions, because that was for people who started out, But, I mean, as it turned out, it turned out to be a good idea, because the exposure in front of millions of people was, invaluable. By that time, when the show came out on TV, we were seen by record companies, producers, songwriters, all the rest of it. So because of that programme, we had a lot of offers.
We did. We actually got a record deal from it with Bell Records, and then Hey Rock and Roll came out a couple of months later, didn't it? But there was a story, because we actually came second. We didn't win New Faces. There was a story, because I think, wasn't there a week at the Palladium or something? And there was a rumour that we were thought to be a bit too hard, a bit too raucous for the Palladium in those days, and we came second.
Wow.
Yeah, but the thing is that, if you think about it now, even the winners of TV talent competitions, even today, tend not to fare as well as the people who didn't win.
It's very true, actually.
So that jinx continues.
Nothing's changed.
So if you're going to anybody listening, if you're going to enter into talent competition, please
come second. Don't go to win.
Don't go for the win.
Don't go to win. That's crazy. You guys have sold more than 20 million records.
I think it's probably a bit more than that, actually. But
yeah,
we'll go for that figure.
More than 20 million records. You've toured pretty much all around the world. What was that like? I mean, did you want that fame? Did you want that recognition? Were you just kind of a band that were quite happy to be playing locally?
We were happy. No, we were happy to be playing wherever we were. We just loved playing. It's not a 9-to-5 job. You just do whatever is asked for you, and you don't question it. You just get on with it, and you enjoy every minute.
I mean, we did, well, for me, and I'm sure I'm probably speaking for Rod and other people on Men's Band, we don't actually go into the business to be famous or whatever. It's just what we did. It's just we wanted to do. Success was like the icing on the cake. Selling records, getting number one, doing Top of the Pops, all those things were actually the icing on the cake. Yeah. If it never happened to us, I think the chances are I'd still be playing somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely, I would as well.
Because it's the love of entertaining and playing that keeps me, and hopefully Rod, I'm sure Rod, keep working, it's just enjoying it.
And that's why we still do it.
Yes,
I was going to say, so 40 years, I mean, the lineup has seen a few changes since, hasn't it?
Well, we're the last two men standing, originally.
Original 8, that's right.
But, I mean, the band's great right at this moment. It's as good as it's ever been right now.
But do you miss other guys, miss some of the people that, were there previously?
Of course we do,
yeah. And you all sort of get on, you're all still mates?
Oh, yeah, yes.
It was all their choice. When they retired, as it were, it was all their individual choices.
You're celebrating the 40th anniversary then. Are you going to be doing some sort of special tour or something, guys, Rod?
We're touring now, which is called the 40th anniversary tour. But there's a date to be agreed in Leicester. For November time, I think.
Yeah, November, yeah.
What can we expect? Can you give us an idea of?
Well, I mean, this is just, we're just talking amongst ourselves now, how we're going to sort of put this show on. But we're thinking of probably getting past members involved.
Oh,
maybe people who've worked as session men on the albums, on the singles. And we think, I mean, there's one particular chap who played the sax solos on all of Showaddywaddy's records. We saw him last year, a guy called Jeff Daly. We'd probably get him involved.
Be great, yeah.
Also everybody who's actually played somewhere along the line with Showaddywaddy probably would be invited to take part. So it's going to take a little bit of organisation, but we'll try and get that together, hopefully.
Moggy has emailed, or should I say texted me, and says he was there at the start of the Fossway. He saw you at Bailey's nightclub and DeMont as well many times. 40 years in show business.
Yeah, absolutely.
He says, hope you do a gig in the hometown, which you're hoping
we will.
to do.
We will, hopefully.
Yeah. Can't say any more really than what we've said, but it's still to be agreed, I think.
Yeah.
But organised, yeah. Hi, Moggy.
Out of the 40 years, very briefly, Rod, if I can ask you both, but Rod, let's go with you first. What would be the highlight of your career?
Probably Hey Rock and Roll, the first number one, because you can never experience a feeling like that to go to number one with a record.
Top 10 hits, 10. And that was number one, wasn't it? You had 10
top fives, I think. Or was it 7 top fives? Yeah.
Oh, look, you see, now I'm lost.
Well, I'm not quite sure.
24 top 20s.
Yeah, I was just going to say, let's put it this way. Put it wider thing, cast the net a bit wide, and it's actually 24 hit albums, singles, so, we did that.
What about, Romeo, your highlight of your career, of the career?
Once again, as a kid, I've always wanted to be on Top of the Pops. And as Rod said, it was just fantastic when we got Hey Rock and Roll out, and they wanted us to do Top of the Pops and all that. But as well as we did the Wembley arenas and things like that. We did a massive tour with David Cassidy.
Yeah.
To promote while we were promoting Hey Rock and Roll, wasn't it?
That's right. His single went down and ours went up.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say "Hey Rock and Roll," and guess what? I haven't got it in the on my playlist, but I have got another Showaddywaddy track. It's been lovely to meet you guys and have a quick chat with you. I know you guys are busy and got lots to do. Good luck with the 40th anniversary tour.
Thank you.
Thank you both for joining me on the programme, Rod Deas and Romeo Challenger.
Absolutely, thank you.
Original members from Showaddywaddy.
Let's go for a little walk under the moon of love. Let's sit right down and talk under the moon of love. Let's go for a little walk.
See, I could have been part of the group. I could have been part of Showaddywaddy if only they'd have asked me. Mind you, I was only 3 at the time. In the studio with me was Rod Deas and Romeo Challenger from Showaddywaddy. In fact, we've had to keep you here in the studio just for a minute because we've got a call for you. All right, we've got somebody on the phone for you. Hello, who is this?
It's Jan Andrzejewski.
Jan Andrzejewski.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine. Lovely to listen to the show and listen to Romeo. Because I remember Romeo as I was still at school, but I helped out with my brother's band as a road manager.
Right. Was it Barabbas?
Barabbas, that's correct, yes.
Yes, I know. No, I do. I know. Yes, I do know, yes.
Yeah. And I got called up on stage one night because at that time we were playing progressive rock and you had twin bass.
Yes, two bass drums, yeah.
And one of the pedals came out, and you were like nodding your head, and I had to rush onto the stage and in between your legs and put the pedal back in. And I had ringing in my ears that night, somewhat terribly, because you were so loud and so fast on these twin bass drums. It was just amazing.
Oh, have you got any hearing left, yeah?
No.
Imagine how we feel.
Yeah.
But I've got a bit of a confession to make.
Oh dear, go on. As long as it's clean.
While I was still at school, it was my last year, and I had a day off to revise at home. But I got the keys to the group van, and I got your drum set out, and I put it out into the room, and I started to play, and that was the first time I'd touched a kit drum. And I thought, yeah, I can get into this.
How very dear.
But
You've been waiting
the neighbour,
40 years to get that off your chest.
Yeah, the neighbour complained to my mum. My mum told Stanley, and Stanley, it was his van, and it was parked up at our house. He said, that's it, you're not allowed to touch any of the equipment in that van.
Was that the start of your car breaking in career? Or
No,
did you
I
just
had the
leave
key-
that behind
I had
now?
the- I had the key-
Is that behind you now?
I thought it was going to be the start of my drumming career, but I never touched a drum.
You didn't
for
touch a
30
drum after
years
that?
Well, you're forgiven.
That was the end of my drumming career.
There
But
you go.
you were brilliant. You were absolutely brilliant.
Jan, you've been forgiven by the man himself.
You can sleep
Thank
easy
you.
tonight.
Yeah, you can.
I'm glad I got that off my chest.
Okay.
Thanks for the confession, Jan. Good talking to you.
Yeah, I'd love to see you playing in Leicester. It would be really great.
Okay. Well, the
And
dates will be announced, and come along.
We'll let you know
Lovely,
about
I
it.
will do. Thanks very much.
We'll let you know. Thanks, Jan, for picking up the phone and calling us and sharing that memory. What a great... See, something you didn't know after all these years. 40 years later, Romeo.
I know.
What can I say?
Well, it'd be longer than that. It would have been 40 years. It would have been probably...
long,
would have
yeah.
been 10 years before Showaddywaddy, probably. Who knows?
Good talking to you, gentlemen. Thank
Okay,
you for
cheers.
joining me on the programme.
Pleasure.